All right. So Nate, we are recording and you can go ahead and get started.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us with our technical difficulties, and thank you for sticking with us and being here tonight. It's great that somebody invited you to this call and you were open enough to say yes and come and see what we had to share tonight. It's going to be a very exciting call. My name is Nate Goya, and I am here simply to sort of orient us, introduce us, and get us pointed in the right direction so that our keynote speaker can sort of share the information we all came here for tonight. So this call is part of the Juice Plus company. And what Juice Plus does is their goal is to help people be as healthy as possible through food. Not through vitamins, not through, excuse me, not through vitamins, not through other man-made sources, but through food and through as much food as possible. So, and the goal of keeping us all as healthy as possible, we have just a handful of products to help us do that. We have fruit, vegetable, and berry capsules, which are just whole fruit and vegetables that were picked at the peak of ripeness and crushed and desiccated and put into a capsule after they remove the water so that all the nutrition is still there. We have omegas, which are also in a capsule, and it's 5 different omegas that are put into that capsule, which is more than you get from your fish oil. And we're starting to see things that say they even absorb better than fish oil. We have shakes and bars, which are our macronutrients from plant-based sources, again, not from whey. And they will provide fiber, they provide protein, they provide help keep us full between meals. And finally, we have a tower garden for those who want to grow their own produce. You can grow up to 20 different plants in this tower garden with no dirt and very little space and 10% of the water, 10% of the water that you would with regular gardening. And the produce, you pick it when you're ready. And that's all we have to offer. Just a couple simple, little, easy products to help us do better in this life. But today, specifically, we're not here to talk about just Juice Plus, but more specifically about how Juice Plus and nutrition can be a source of support and encouragement as people are going through treatment with cancer. And I want to start out telling you, like, I'm not promising any sort of a cure for cancer with Juice Plus. I'm simply promising support. And we have some research that supports this as well. There are over 40 different studies done on Juice Plus. The one study that I want to pull out is a study where they took 51 women who had survived ovarian cancer. And there's a diet called the Wells diet that cancer survivors are often given to follow as a regimen to help keep their cancer in remission. And part of the Wells diet is to eat 10 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. Well, what they did with these 51 women is they put them into 2 groups. One group followed the Wells diet to the T, 10 servings of fruits and vegetables each day. The second group followed the Wells diet as well, except they only did 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day, plus a dose of Juice Plus each day, and one of the complete shakes. And they did this for a period of time, and when they finished, they took blood before and after. And what they found is both groups had an increase and a positive increase in their markers, be it protein or be it their glucose. Everything that you want to measure in their blood was moving the way that you wanted to move in the positive direction. But the Juice Plus group actually had a little bit better numbers in terms of proteins and other nutrients and things in their lab results. So the results that were drawn from this study was that a serving of Juice Plus, along with 5 servings of fruits and vegetables, was as effective as 10 servings of fruits and vegetables per day, plus there was a higher rate of compliance because putting a few capsules into your daily regimen was easier than an extra 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. The second study I want to pull out was not actually done on Juice Plus, but it was done on cancer treatment. And the concern at the time was that there were a lot of doctors and researchers who felt that chemotherapy would be inhibited by antioxidants, things like berries, because the way chemotherapy works is it creates free radicals to help kill cancer cells. And if you eat antioxidants, the antioxidants remove free radicals, and free radicals from killing cancer cells. Therefore, they're worried that you're hindering cancer treatment. So what they did in this study is they searched a whole database of journals and studies from 1965 to 2003. So when they did that, they got a population of 8,521 people, divided amongst 280 different peer-reviewed studies. And what they found when they looked at this, and looked at these studies, is that it showed time and time again that nutrition, whole food nutrition, does not hinder chemotherapy's effects. It does not remove the free radicals that chemo produces that kills cancer. Rather, what it did is it actually made chemotherapy more effective and helped protect the healthy living tissue. So there was actually less damage done to the person receiving the chemo than if they were not taking in those berries and other whole food nutrition. And so we have these studies that show us that nutrition does have an impact on cancer of some sort. It's certainly, again, not a perfect cure, but it's a source of support. And so today, I'm very excited to introduce you to my friend Karen. And Karen is a wife of 3 young adult children, and she is an ACSM cancer exerciser and personal trainer. And she works with Livestrong at her YMCA and loves talking about nutrition. And she's got a great story to elaborate what I just told you about, and I am so happy to get to hear what she has to say. Karen, share with us your story.
Thank you, Nate. That was a great introduction. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm glad that somebody cared enough about you to invite you to this call, and I hope I can give you some information that is worthy of your time and can make you think a little bit more about prevention and how Juice Plus may be able to help you and your family at this time in your life. My story starts about 4 years ago when I saw a friend posting on Facebook, and she seemed to have so much energy. And who doesn't need more energy in their lives? So I reached out to her and asked her, what are you doing? What is this Juice Plus you post about? And so she told me about the fruits and vegetables in a capsule. So I put my order in that day, and I received my shipment on April 1st. And on April 1st, it was confirmed that I had breast cancer. So I really thought that was kind of a cruel April Fool's joke, but it ended up not being a joke whatsoever. I elected immediately to have a double mastectomy because I said, I am not going through this again. You got 2 breasts, you're going to take both of them, so we don't have to worry about this again. And I was really glad that I scheduled my surgery for a month out, so May 1st. So April 1st, May 1st was my surgery. So I was able to be on Juice Plus for a full month before my first surgery. And during that first month, the first 2 weeks, I noticed more energy immediately. I had quit napping altogether. The brain fog was gone. So already I'm seeing great results with Juice Plus. Then came the surgery. And what surprised me with the surgery was how much energy I had after surgery. I walked a mile 3 days after surgery. The scars are almost non-existent. When you get nutrition in your body heals itself. And that's what was happening with me. The best testimony I have about the healing of my surgery and the energy I had was my husband started taking Juice Plus regularly without me having to remind him or suggest it to him, and he still takes it to this day. And he says he saw me recover so well from the surgery that he knew it was doing something good for me and it would do well for him. So he's still taking it. I had 2 surgeries in 4 months. So my cancer treatment lasted basically 6 months between surgeries and construction. The second surgery happened in August, and I noticed I did not have as much energy after that surgery, and I was wondering why. And it turned out I had not doubled up on the Juice Plus. So doubling up, as soon as I realized that and I doubled up on the Juice Plus, my energy immediately came back. So it's fruits and vegetables. You cannot overdose on it. It is perfectly safe for anybody to take, and I take, honestly, 2 to 3 doses every single day. After that, everybody thinks you just kind of go on your busy life and don't worry about cancer anymore because you're supposed to be cancer-free. I was very fortunate. I did not have to do chemo or radiation. But the truth is, there's still a real fear of getting cancer again. There's a real question as to why did I get the cancer? I was healthy. I was active. I had no family history to speak of in my family. There was absolutely no reason for me to have cancer. In my thinking, I ate pretty well. Still ate my full Coke. Sugar was still is a big issue with me. So I went on this journey. Basically, my journey starts after that of how do you prevent more cancer? What happened to me? Why did I get more cancer? And what I found, I went to an integrative health doctor for my daughter's ear infection. The more I've researched, the more I realized that modern medicine is not the best thing. Working with cancer patients through the Live Strong program at the Y, they would come in on 10 medications, and I didn't understand why. They give you one medication, and it causes nausea. So they give you a medication to take care of the nausea. Well, that medication will cause headaches. So they give you another medication to take care of the headaches. And that it just snowballs, and you end up on 5 to 10 medications. And I did not want that to happen to me. So I ended up doing research on what I could do to prevent more cancer, stay off of medications. And what I found was that fruits and vegetables is a big answer. Nate talked a little bit about the research, and we have 25 years of research on this Juice Plus product, but you can do this with fruits and vegetables. He talked about the diet they give you, the anti-cancer diet with 10 fruits and vegetables. And what fruits and vegetables can do is they boost your immune system. They keep inflammation at bay. They increase blood flow. So oxygen is increased throughout the body, and oxygen, an oxygenated body is one that cannot produce cancer. Cancer cannot live in an oxidated state. They help detox the body, and they protect your DNA. So that's all through our research, I can say that. But I've also talked to an integrative health doctor. So I was on tamoxifen. They wanted me to stay on it for 5 years. And tamoxifen is a drug they give premenopausal women after having breast cancer. And I was fortunate, I didn't have any known side effects. It was not bothering me, but I never liked being on it. So my goal was always to get off of it. I found an integrative health doctor who talked to me about maybe why I had cancer. And it turns out there is a direct correlation between an antibiotic, the number of times you're on an antibiotic, and cancer. Well, I was on an antibiotic from I think I started at age 7, and I took myself off of it at age 18. So I was on it for 11 years. Right there, there's your reason for cancer. I'm also allergic to every antibiotic there is now, but I do not plan on going on another antibiotic as well. So talking to him, I'd already cleaned up my diet quite a bit. So we did a test to find out what my estrogen levels were. Now remember, I'm on tamoxifen, so my estrogen levels should be lowered. My estrogen levels were sky high. So your body is not detoxing the estrogen out. It is supposed to detox out, but they will not. It's called the Dutch test is what I took. And I asked my oncologist why she didn't give me this test. And she said, oh, that's a test they give you if you're going to be in a trial. So it's not standard, which, don't get me started. So anyways, we found out about that, and that's when we started really focusing more on diet. I'd already cleaned it up, no processed foods, as little sugar as possible. I'd given up the Cokes, no caffeine. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. And they did an inflammation test. My inflammation was actually 5, which is really good, because when you have any body part replaced, any kind of knee replacement, or in my case, I had breast implants, you're never going to get your inflammation down to 0. It just doesn't happen, because your body has always got that foreign object that it thinks needs to heal. And inflammation is part of that healing process. So the biggest thing I did was got off gluten. And then I also got on herbal supplements. And when we went back and tested, oh, I got to tell you about the shakes first. I love my shakes. I don't know if Nate mentioned the shakes. The shakes have soy in them. And there is so much misinformation about soy and cancer and whether it's good for you or not good for you. And I believe in these products so much, there was no doctor, there still is no doctor that will tell me I cannot take these products. They are fruits and vegetables, and they will not hurt you, because I believe the body will heal itself when given the proper nutrition. Now, that's something I've always believed, and I think it's something that every individual has to come to on their own. So it's not something that, you know, it's certainly not mainstream. It's something you're not going to hear in a doctor's office, but your body can heal, and that is what I'm allowing my body to do. So I started with herbal supplements and cleaning up my diet even more. Stayed on my shakes, didn't worry about the soy in the shakes, did not worry about the sugar in the shakes, did not worry about the rice protein in the shakes, which is all the things that my integrative health doctor did not like about the shakes. And when we retested 6 months later, my estrogen levels were all pretty close to normal. And she said she had never seen anybody's estrogen levels come down so quickly. So it's August. I decide I'm going to go off my tamoxifen. I feel comfortable going off of it. And I'm going to, you know, do the best I can on the diet, stay on the Juice Plus. I stay on their herbal supplements. And it's Christmas time, and lo and behold, there comes the sugar. I am a sugarholic. The diet doesn't stay as good as it was. And we tested on January 7th. So you can just imagine, I didn't even do the detox the 7 days before. I'd been in Florida before that. So go in, get the test done. I expected to be a little higher. My estrogen levels had gone down again. That's Juice Plus. I have no other explanation than being on Juice Plus, the shakes as well as the capsules, and having my estrogen levels go down again. So now they're perfectly healthy levels. I'm gonna get a little personal, sorry men. My periods came back to normal. I have 28 days. I'm 28 days again for 5 or 6 months now. I'm 49. Everybody thinks they're starting perimenopausal at 40, 41. I thought that. I was having night sweats. I was having night sweats and what's the other? Hot flashes. And they just want to call it perimenopausal. And I would tell you, go get your estrogen levels checked by an integrative health doctor. Because had I gone, I probably would have gotten those estrogen levels down and would never have developed the cancer. And now I know, so now I'm telling people. So that's the biggest part of my story right there. The biggest thing I really want you to understand, I did not feel cancer growing in my body until there was a very slight lump in my breast. It did not show up on mammograms. You know, they all talk about getting your mammograms every year, or your prostate exam, or your colonoscopy once you hit 50 or 55, whatever it is now. That, all that does is give you peace of mind for that day, because cancer can start developing the very next day. Your best bet is to prevent the cancer in the first place. And the best way to do that is through diet. Now, we have a 10-day shred program, and that is something that I have had to take up every single month. It's 10 days out of the month. You really concentrate on a clean diet, kind of resets your system. And by me doing that, I know that my inflammation is getting in check. I know that my hormones will stay in check, because I'm doing the right things for my body during those 10 days. And every time you do it, you get a little bit better of not getting so far off, as in adding the caffeine or the alcohol back in. You just find you don't need it as much as you did before. You can live without it. So that's one way that I have used the shred to help make sure that I keep everything in check. But the last thing I would say is, you don't feel cancer growing in your body. You don't know it's there until you feel that lump. And I was fortunate, it barely made it to my lymph nodes. So it did make it to my lymph nodes, but barely. Most people find it later on. And all any of us can do is our best. But now that we know better, the power of fruits and vegetables, it's really important, I think, for people to use the fruits and vegetables for prevention. I don't feel the fruits and vegetables working in my body. I use essential oils. I don't know that they're working. All I can do is trust that they are. I use magnets, biomagnetic therapy. They're using that in Spain to, I want to say, cure cancer. You're not really supposed to say cure, but it is helping people get rid of cancer in their body. So I will use those as well, but I don't feel anything when you do it. So you have to kind of buy in that your body will heal itself. And I know on my best days, I will get 3 vegetables in. And I'll get 1 or 2 fruits every day. That's pretty easy. But I think the vegetables are really where the prevention is at. You got to get the broccoli, you got to get the spinach, you got to get the kale, the green stuff. And I like it. But, you know, if pizza's there, I'm probably going to go for the pizza. So that's where Juice Plus comes in. It allows me to get, I'm getting 60 to 90 fruits and vegetables every day, because I'm taking 2 and 3 servings. You don't have to do that. But that is what and it's the gummies. I love the gummies. Okay, so they're just an easy treat for me. But that's how I have gotten peace of mind. I can go to the grocery store again. I still won't buy the junk. I send the kids with the credit card and let them go buy the junk if they want the junk, because I can't do that in good conscience. But, you know, if I have a day where I do eat gluten or have an alcoholic drink or something, I know that I'm somewhat covered with the Juice Plus, and it gives me more peace of mind. I guess that's all I have. I'd love to answer any questions anybody has.
Thank you so much, Karen. Oh my gosh, I was like sitting here tearing up and like getting chills and thinking of how many people need to hear this, because you're right, like we aren't told that fruits and vegetables could save your life. You know, it's crazy. Sorry, for those of you who are just joining us on the phone, my name is Jana Kerr, and I'm very fortunate to get to partner with these wonderful people, Nate and Adam and Karen, and just sharing fruits and vegetables. So yes, we will take some questions at the very end. I just wanted to kind of wrap us up a little bit. What we heard tonight, oh my gosh, with Karen, it's so powerful. And that's why we do what we do, because people need to hear this information. So thank you all so much again for joining us tonight, dealing with our technical difficulties in the beginning. So I'd like to offer 3 things for you. You've heard about Juice Plus, you've heard about the importance of nutrition and prevention and healing. So you've got basically three options tonight. The first one is you can do nothing, and that's totally okay. And, you know, things will go on pretty much as they always have been, and that's okay if you're happy with your current level of health. You know, we're not here to judge. We are here to share information and love on people. The second option is you can take the next step in your health. We have free resources, or you can make your life a little bit easier, get that safety net like Karen was talking about, and add Juice Plus. It only costs a few dollars a day. Kids can get it for free. Oh my gosh, love the kids get it free. And it's simple, convenient, and affordable way to get massive amounts of nutrition every day. And then the third piece, which we're all really excited about, is if you were really inspired by what you heard tonight and also feel the need to share this with other people, you can partner with us on our mission of inspiring healthy living. I will say there is nothing more rewarding than sharing Juice Plus with someone and watching their life change for the better. So I can only imagine how the person who shared Juice Plus with Karen, I can only imagine how she feels, you know, listening to Karen's story and knowing what an impact she made. So as we close tonight, I just encourage you to ask yourself, who do I know who needs to hear about this? Who needs this education? And what if Juice Plus could help them? So now, thank you again for spending a little bit of time with us tonight. We'll have Adam end the recording, and we can unmute the lines, and people are free to ask any questions.